33. Let's go make it a 34. Won't that be dandy? Downright dandy. Take me. Yeah. It looks like you should be able to jump into it. It almost bothers me. These death vortexes of whatever kind. Maybe they're the evil spirits that actually control the world and cloud us in a vague illusion of whatever the hell. It looks intimidating with how big it is when it's that distance away. Hello. Light bridge. So what's holding me back? What is stopping me from solving the puzzle? Ah, well that would do it. So I need to get a light bridge across here. I may have basically already solved the puzzle. I think I need to ring this, go around once. So that I can toggle it so that I'll be on light mode instead of dark mode. But this is gonna pose a problem. I don't think I'm... yeah, it gives out pretty quickly. Okay. So we're on the ballpark of a solution. But I need a line of sight. And the primary way of fixing that would be to get you past these spikes, which I think is impossible. Isn't it? Because the very act of picking you up blocks these. That's the closest I can drop it off. Seems to lock into particular slots around the environment. Yeah. And I don't think that the archway will help me get it past these guys, because light side or dark side, like I can't... being in dark side permanently won't make it easier to get past them, that's for sure. Oh. How's this line of sight working for me? Like garbage. Gotcha. You're supposed to be back there. That's where you have to be. But now this paints the concern of how do I get across the arena? Because now I believe I can't maintain dark mode. Yeah, it's instantaneous. You can't even like do a little hop. Yeah. So if I have to leave it there, I now have the problem of needing to be able to ring this. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. Because while I'm in permanent dark mode right before the gate, I can just ring it then. So no, there isn't actually a problem. The whole puzzle's already solved, basically. There we go. This is pretty straightforward. A little bit of a leap of faith, and then I have to stare at this and walk backwards, which is spooky. Because there was a hole there a moment ago, don't you know? I wonder if this chapter just will be easier or not than the last one. Okay. I take it that there's also a bridge there. Huh. That's underwhelming? I just have to recreate what I already made a moment ago. I could be wrong, but I don't think there is any additional complication this time. I just do the same thing I had a moment ago. Oops. Maybe they weren't expecting me to have already made this exact solution a moment ago, but like it was pretty intuitive. Ta-da! Man, I remember when I used to spend 20 minutes on some of these levels. Being the first to stand up takes courage. Courage begets action. Begets courage. Without a belief to fuel them, words are just words. I'm totally digging myself a giant hole. Like the more I'll be like, wow, I remember when this game was hard. And then like one floor later, it starts crushing me.
What have I done? I've brought this upon myself. Like the wings of Icarus, my hubris.
Confrontation.
Hit.
Alright, this level looks a little weirdly shaped. So, I need to unlock both of those locks and then walk over there, which itself probably requires being in dark mode for... Yep, there's a bridge there. There's a bridge there, but not there or there. This is one of the locks. There's another statue. Is there... I don't see a key anywhere. I mean, I don't see a crystal anywhere for the teleport splitter. So I don't think there is one this time. I can't look over there. So I think one of the core conflicts this time around is that I can't move this guy. It's my only access to dark mode in the level, and I can't touch it. So I don't think any bridges lead to it. Which is going to somewhat complicate the act of like, I need to get both of these guys onto these two locks, and both of these one of these locations. One of these locations. Gotcha. Well, this location is not in line of sight of the dark thing, which means you can't be in dark mode while you're here. Which means that you need to move a statue there by using the gem. But the other one is in line of sight. So you just need the statue to be behind it-ish. Is the statue in line of sight right now, though? No, it's not. Yeah. Yeah. Put him over there a little bit. Oops. I wish that this thing was a toggle instead of a charge up, just because the act of charging it up is just kind of, when you do the mechanic 100 times, it just kind of feels time consuming. All right, well, this is going to be a bit of a struggle. I have to walk left across this platform while staring at this eye. And I can't look away from the eye. I have to really try to get this angle right. Alright. Yeah, I took the gem out. Let's put the gem back in. Huh. I keep looking it away. I keep looking away. Because you can't just hold left and strafe across the platform, because you also have to turn towards the eye. It's a good thing death has no consequence in this game, or this would be very annoying. There we go. Now that you're over there, I'm now capable of swapping you over here. How do I do this? Because, yeah, like I originally put you over here because you don't have line. This one's the one that doesn't have line of sight with that, so I used the gem to put you over here. This is starting to feel like that one riddle where you have like a boat and like a wolf and a sheep, and you have to try to get them all across the river at once or something like that. And like if you leave the sheep and the wolf together, the wolf will eat the sheep, and like that kind of weird riddle. Like this weird thing where like these two have to be in both of these platforms, but also I have to end up on that side of things. And like there's like it's gonna be like potentially like an algorithmic like big ol' long switching sequence, maybe, or not. How do I get one to be here besides that one? Or for that matter, if I want a statue to be I want a statue to be there, I believe, in order to switch it to there, which could potentially be the final action of the level. But how do I get a statue to be there? Yeah, that's the only part of the platform that's really in line of sight from here. And it has to be something that's over there. Because I can't switch to here from over here, because I can't be here with both statues at the same time. Only one... Yeah. Think I might want to move you back here after all. Even though I'm kind of getting into a loop now. Maybe. Is it worth taking the gem out? I'm not sure if it is. I might as well leave the gem with that statue, because I can't actually ever get to this statue, because it's the one I'm switching with now. Oh. No, that's not very helpful, though. Yeah, it's out of line of sight, so I can't turn to it to switch to it. No. Based on how the eye works, it has to be behind the eye. So it has to be over there. Because the thing is, I can't like teleport it to like over here and then move it over there. Because I have to be able to, because like I can't be on this platform with that statue. One of these statues can be placed by moving it after it's on the platform, but the other statue, once the second statue is on this platform, I am stuck on the other platform. So I have to be teleporting the statue directly to its goal so I can then leave and win by walking across this bridge. Or already being there. Like, since there's no connecting bridges here, I can't just walk over there and move the statue over there the way I normally would. I have to switcheroo it to that location, which is why I tried using this one. Why? Why? Why is that happening? Ah, that was abrupt. That's why I kind of had the semi-realization of thinking that I have to switch this to that, just because that right there seems to be what I need to get over there. Which seems to mean it would require this. I don't know, maybe I still need to experiment with a variation of that solution. How do I fix the other one? Because yeah, like whoops. Like I can't switch. Alright. I really did dig a hole with my comments, didn't I? Because yeah, I can only be in dark mode while staring at this thing. And also, now that the gem's in that guy, I can't get the gem back out of it because I can't be in the same platform as that gem anymore. No, I can do that by just doing this. It's more that now that now if I take the gem out of this thing, I can't put it in the other one. Not without taking that guy off its platform too. God damn it! I'm actually getting tired of this mechanic now. Why can't I fall off ledges in the first place? At some point, like, they might as well have had invisible walls. Here, now I can put the gem in it here. Oh my god, I solved it. I solved it the same way I do most sliding tile puzzles and Rubik's Cube type things, where it's just like, keep moving them around until they land in the right spot, is that I mostly just keep moving them around and then they land in the right spot. I'm always bad at that stuff. But if you just keep moving stuff around, it'll land in the right spot. There's only a handful of combinations. Oh right, we still have to do this. Hello, Sir Harp? Oh. I see. That's going to be a problem. Wow. So I think the only way to ring this harp is to look at it through here. Or to put a gem in it, I guess. But getting the gem over there would be a bit of a struggle. I don't know, it might be enough just to look at them through here. What do you mean the statue's not awakened? Of course, oh, it was looking at the wrong one. Gotcha. Easy peasy. That one was not a problem. Only those who choose to confront what's in front of them can fight to alight the path before them. The path before them. I've lost count of where I am. Of like which door we are on which floor and whatnot. I'm not actually sure where we are at this point. Judgment. And they went with the same spelling that the game Judgment used. I guess there's a back and forth on whether or not there's an E in the middle of the word. I haven't thought about that much, so I couldn't really remember how I'd spelled it until then. So we have to open this gate. I didn't really realize before that there's like such a glowy circle, so you always know where the eyes are. That doesn't otherwise exist, right? No. It'd kind of be useful if every asset had that mechanic where you could see it through walls, just to make sure you could see, know what's in the level. Oh. There's a platform over here, so I probably want to switch to there with the statue that must exist somewhere. No bridges around here, and I can't pick you up. But if I look at you while I'm in the beacon, I'll maintain beaconhood while you fail me otherwise. So I can't walk across here because there's no bridge. Could walk across there, but we have to unlock the door first. Somewhere there's going to be a statue. There we are. Now the statue's over there, so now I guess the threat more is that now I need to get back. So I can do this, and the statue's at such an angle that I could take it with me, potentially. Or it doesn't matter what angle it is, because I'm in the beacon. Here's the lock. The only... that's it. I was like thinking ahead to extra steps of like the next thing, but like there isn't actually any more puzzle left, so those thoughts are wasted. But now there's more puzzle. That was brief. Okay, so what's going on here? We have a lot of Harp territory. Like a lot of it. Huh. No, we're right back to these being surprisingly easy. The shield of law is indiscriminate and protects the just and unjust alike. True judgment is recognizing which is which. That's a nuanced take that a lot of people fail to grasp. Is that what is legal and what is right are not often... they're often not the same thing. Especially since oftentimes, I mean, what's legal or not is often just the choice of the powerful. And they would love for you to think that that's the same thing as justice and right and wrong, but oftentimes it's just their own ways of controlling society. My money, my bags of money. What'd you do? Eat him? What? They stopped fighting over money and all their blindfolds are off. Of course, it's easy to stop fighting over money when now you have all this money. Eat the rich. There's only one thing that they're good for. Eat the rich. Take one bite now. Come back for more. Dead or Alive 4 slowly drilled that song into my brain. What a strange partnership, Dead or Alive and Aerosmith. There's a whole thing where like people demonize anyone with any kind of criminal record, for example, pretty much forever, with no real element of forgiveness, for example. But a lot of those elements are often things where the criminal action is debatable whether or not it was even a bad thing to begin with, but it was framed as being criminal, and that's it. And it sticks with you. Something like being involved in drugs, for example, even the not severe ones, if they happen to be sufficiently illegal in your state, then you that's it. You're stuck with that. And now we're stuck more and more in a situation where a huge percentage of the United States prison population are non-violent offenders, and in many cases, they're there for minor drug offenses, like being caught with some marijuana, which is kind of hilarious because of how much of the country it's now even legal to have marijuana in anyway. So it's like a significant percentage of the prison population is in prison for a thing that's not illegal anymore, and that really makes you wonder if it was ever immoral then to do it in the first place, beyond you were told not to do that being the entire reason for why they're bad people, apparently. And then you get into fun topics like how, you know, prisons are for profit, which means that inherently they have reason to want to lobby the government to change laws in the direction of making it so that you can get more and more people in prison for dumber and dumber reasons, and also maybe roll back any rights or protections the prisoners have so that it can be cheaper and cheaper to run your prison that's full of more and more people that shouldn't be there. Because that's how these systems interact with each other. And like, it's what I always say is like, think about these systems like it's a tabletop game. Like if you play a tabletop game, you get a series of rules and you get a victory condition, and just watch how quickly everyone will try to find the scummiest, weirdest ways to win that victory condition using the rules in play. And if you apply that to like elements of like capitalism and laws and government systems and programs and everything, you think like, oh, okay, these people want to be elected, and if they want to be elected, then they need to take money from all these different interested parties to fund their election process, and then said people are funding those people to be in the government specifically because they want policies changed that will help them financially under capitalism. So you have two people helping each other. One is getting the funding to be elected and do their campaigning, and the other one is going to get kickbacks in the form of either tax breaks or policy changes that increase their financial income, often at the expense of other people's human rights. And as a result, those people win the game and get all the victory points. Congratulations, you played the game very well under the rules that were posited to you. And it's extra insidious in part because in many cases, like there's this myth that like capitalism's all about just having fair competition and like survival of the fittest, and may the best product win and stuff like that. But actually, it's often more about, people have long since figured out that the real secret is to change the rules, because that's the problem, is that the people in our government are not separate from capitalism themselves, which means that you can actually just get them to change the rules in the favor of your particular company, which happens a lot, and then you get to win capitalism. Congratulations. Because you get special exceptions that nobody else gets, and so you literally rig the system, and then you win at the game. And it's all under the rules of how the system works. You just got to give them a lot of money so that you can, like under the campaigning process, or just promise them a nice cushy seat in your company once they get out of office, which is also something that happens a lot. Oh wow, that guy who keeps saying global warming isn't real turned around and like made a bunch of policy changes that rolled back all of these climate protections and gave a bunch of advantages to oil companies. Isn't that interesting? Oh, what's that? They worked for an oil company before they were in that position, and then they returned to working for an oil company right after that position? It's almost like they literally infiltrated the rule book of the game to rig it in favor of themselves, because that's a thing you're allowed to do. So that's that's part of the giant tangled web that is the idea of what's legal and what's right often not being the same thing. But a lot of people can't get that through their head, so they hear that somebody did something bad, and that's like often a life-ending thing. You can't get a job at most places for the rest of your life. People will go after you because you're a felon. You may or may not have the right to vote or other things like that based on where you are and other shit like that. And it's like but the system that leads to that isn't trustworthy. So what? Anyway, there's a whole thing.